everyone, it's Destiny, and today we are going to be playing with Evernight on the Creator Experience server, and we are going to be trying her out with Castorice. Before we get into today's video, I'd love to know if you are personally going to be pulling for Evernight or potentially skipping her. And lastly, if you do enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like to support the video, and now let's get straight into it. For today's team, we are going to be using Castorice, Evernight, Tribby, and then Hyacine, which in the slot of Tribby, you can consider some alternative characters. For example, you can consider Remembrance Trailblazer, you can consider Silverwolf, there's also Cypher, and so on. There's definitely multiple options that you can use in the Tribby slot, and in Hyacine's slot, if you do want to use an alternative character there, you can consider a character like Gallagher or even Luocha. But now let's get straight into the showcase. Alright, so Evey is just going to attack the enemies like so, which for those that are not aware, Evernight's memosprite is Evey. So here we have our dragon Netherwing, and we are just going to use our dragon Breath of Doom, and bam! And with this team, we're going to be able to quickly generate new bud for Castorice. Evernight is also going to be able to assist with this, so that'll be pretty good for us. And then also, Castorice will be able to assist with getting Evernight Memoria, which Memoria is the stacks right above Evernight's HP bar. We need 16 stacks or greater for Evey to be able to be advanced forward, and then also Evey will explode. As you guys can see right here, this is going to be the explosion attack, and boom, there we go. So now we're just going to get attacked a bit, but this is perfectly fine. I'm going to advance forward the team here like so. And now with Evernight, we are going to use her ultimate. There we go. And now we are in the Darkest Riddle state, which in the Darkest Riddle state, if we take a quick look, the enemies will have a 30% vulnerability debuff onto them. And then on top of that, if you do have Tribby on the team, now you have a 30% vulnerability from Tribby's zone as well. And with Evernight, what we're going to do is use her skill, get some more Memoria. We're currently at 28 out of 16 stacks. And we're also just going to summon Netherwing right here, since New Bud was maxed out. Now with Evernight, boom, there we go. And now what's nice with Netherwing is going to be able to nicely take advantage of those vulnerability debuffs inflicted onto these enemies right here. Now with Castorice, we could just use her skill. And we also have a bunch of skill points that are readily available due to the fact that Evernight herself, as well as Castorice, do not consume skill points. So what this allows us to do is use more skills with Tribby, or whoever is in Tribby's slot will be able to use their skill more frequently as a result, which is awesome. So there we go. Now, of course, we have Hyacine, which with Hyacine, we're just going to spam her skill. And boom, there we go. Now with Castorice, we can once again summon Netherwing. We can use our Dragon Breath right here. And boom, there we go. Now we are going to get hit here a bit, but this is perfectly fine. Summon Evey, and we're at 42 out of 16 Memoria. We're just going to attack like so. Wha-bam, and we also are getting more new bud for Castorice, as you guys can see. Okay, that little enemy is just going to blow up. Boom. And now they're going to advance forward, blow up once again. With Hyacine here, we are just going to use her ultimate. If we need to use Castorice's ultimate, we can as well to finish off this enemy, but I believe we actually might be able to do it without having to use Castorice's ultimate. But let's just wait and see. Okay, there we go. So now we're into the next phase here, which apart, we are just going to use Tribby's ultimate like so. We are also going to use Castorice's ultimate. Now we're going to use our Dragon Breath of Doom. There we go. And boom. And we also still have these vulnerability debuffs on these enemies here, which is awesome. We're going to use our skill of Hyacine. With Evernight, we will summon Evey. And boom, just explode right there. And what's even better about this is that whenever Evey does explode, we get back a skill point. As we take a look at Evernight's trace, Dark the Night, Still the Moon, it mentions in the last sentence, after Evey uses Dream Dissolving as due, you will recover 1 skill point for all ally. This dream dissolving as due attack is the exploding attack for Evey, and Evey isn't summoned right now, so that's why we don't see them on screen. However, it is their attack once you have 16 or more Memoria. All right, with Castorice here, we will just use her skill like so, wha-bam. And now we are gonna get hit a bit here, but this is perfectly fine. Gepard's gonna attack us. We are just going to wait a little bit right here. I will be using Triby's skill. And now with Hyacine, we could just use her skill. And boom. Now with Evernight, we will once again summon Evey, go into the Darkest Riddle state. And now that we are in the Darkest Riddle state, I also want to summon Netherwing just so we can take advantage of all the vulnerability debuffs inflicted onto these enemies. So we can use Evernight's skill. And then wha-bam. Boom. There we go. I am just going to use Hyacine's ultimate here just to attack all these enemies and just get a bit more new blood for Castorice as well as more Memoria for Evernight. All right, so we're going to get attacks here. We can use just Triby's ultimate, advance for the team a little bit more. There we go. With Castorice, we can just use her skill. Now we're going to get hit a bit here, but this should result in some nice new blood generation. All right, there we go. We can summon Netherwing once again. Triby's gonna come in with the follow-up. Okay, we are gonna get hit a bit here, but this is fine. Okay, there we go. And wha-bam! 8% with Gepard, which is great. Now Hyacine has another ultimate, so we will take advantage of this once again. Get some more healing for the team, more new blood for Castorice. And now this little enemy is going to blow up. And both of these enemies are about to be a goner. Gepard's really low on HP. So is the enemy right next to him. We're going to use Hyacine's skill. Little Ika's going to come in. Wha-bam. And now I believe Evernight actually should be able to finish off this fight. We have 44 Memoria. And now let's see. We could just use our attack like so. And boom. There we go. We're able to finish that fight off with Evernight, which is awesome. And now let's take a look at today's builds. So here we have Castorice, and we can just quickly go through her build like so. Nice amount of crit rate, nice amount of crit damage. Evernight will also be able to assist with giving more crit damage to the team. We are using Castorice's signature Lycon, but you can of course consider alternative Lycons as well. Max out traces. For the relics, we're using Bone Collection and Poet. And for our Eidolons, completely E0. For Evernight, here she is. She is going to be able to assist with giving more crit damage for the team. As you can see here, when there are 1, 2, 3, 4 or more Remembrance characters in the team, increase the crit damage for all ally memosprites by 5%. So 5% for 1 ally, 2 allies would be 15, 3 allies would be 50%, and then 4 or more would be 65%. So in this team, we had 3 Remembrance characters, Evernight herself, Castorice, and then Hyacine. So we were able to nicely take advantage of this trace for a pretty nice crit damage boost. Here we have Sweat Now Cry Less for our Lycon option. For the traces, they're maxed out. For the relics, we are using Woven Dreams and World Remaking Deliverer, which you can also use Bone Collection on Evernight. Eidolons, completely E0. I have not activated any of these. For Triby, here she is. She is using Dance Dance Dance. Traces maxed out. We're using Bone Collection and Poet of Morning Collapse, and we also have an E0 Triby. Now we have Hyacine. We do have Hyacine's signature Lycon, which will be able to assist with more new blood generation, as well as assisting with getting more Memoria for Evernight as well. But if you do not have this Lycon, you can consider using Memory Curtain Never Falls, which is a completely free-to-play option. For the traces, they're maxed out, and for the relics, we're using Giant Tree and Warrior Goddess of Sun and Thunder. And for the Eidolons, she is completely E0. I have not activated any of these, as you all can see. And that'll be our showcase for today, featuring Castorice and Evernight. I will have some more Evernight showcases very soon, and one of our upcoming showcases will actually not feature Triby or Hyacine at all. Do stay tuned for that showcase, and also if you'd like to see more content from me, consider subscribing to see some more, leave a like on the video, and lastly, I hope you all have a great one. Bye-bye!